Hey y'all, it's Bohemian Stars and Ocean Heart readings. I'm here to do your Where Should You Travel To reading. So this is for traveling to, whether it's to have fun, for business, to go do some activism. I will say, disclaimer, this is traveling that is with in consideration of the people of where you're going, of indigenous peoples, and of the environment. So if that's not your style of travel, then click off. I'm not doing no appropriative kind of travel. But if you're here to have a good time and find out what could be next for you or in the works, or get some guidance, then this is the reading for you. So go ahead and tune into the cards, but I am going to show you the decks I'm working with real quick. We have the Earth Magic Oracle. We have the World Spirit Tarot, the Sacred Sites Oracle, which I'll be using for the directions. They will depict a place on them, but I'm using them more for the cardinal directions, and so you'll see how those resonate, and the Gaian Tarot. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go ahead and get a little vibe and see which one resonates with you. You might have separate things that you want to tap into, like one for business, one for pleasure, and that's absolutely okay. So at the end, I'm going to go ahead and do the collective reading as well, and just the overall energy for everyone, okay? So give you a little second here. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and start. So for card one, or set one, we have the Tower. So this could be something hot, some place that's volcanic, a place that's high up. This is a place where you could probably do some like reckless sports, like New Zealand or Australia, a place that seems a bit wild and a bit rash, where you can really get into some adventure or perhaps trouble. This is a place where it's going to shake you up to go there. Or there might be something kind of alternative about it, of what you want to get into and not currently what's going on. You might suddenly have this opportunity too, or suddenly be like a rush to go there. Maybe you have to hurry up and um, use your time, or the tickets are going to go bad and you forgot or something. So there could be an element of rushing. You definitely want to prepare yourself for any eventuality and make sure that you have backup plans, because plans are bound to change. But this could be a place where you can see both kind of like the mountains and water nearby. It could be a place that's hot, but this is also related to Aries and Scorpio, being a Mars card. So either those times of year, which was, we just passed Aries season and Scorpio season is starting in October, could be significant. Or those people with those signs, sun, moon, or rising, could be significant to travel with you. Or they might be the ones who are like, hey, come on, you have to come this weekend. I have tickets and let's go. And it's just like very much a rush. Very exciting, kind of scary, exciting, life changing kind of energy. You have the Elder of Air. So this could be a place where you go to get your head clear, or just it really gets you in a different headspace. An Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra could be someone that you meet or someone that you travel with. Of course, these could be your own signs as well. This is a place where, again, there's the feeling of mountains being kind of up in the air, or doing some kind of like sport in the air. For those of you who do adventure sporting, I know I did like cliff diving in Lima off the cliffs, and it was by the coast actually. So this would have fit in that's a country that's ruled by Aries. So if you're looking by astrological sign, it could be a country ruled by Aries, or Aquarius, especially, that you might be interested in, but or a city. So yes, there is astrology for those. This is a place where you might have a specific person too. So if there's a place where like an Aquarius abroad, and you would go to meet them, of course that'd be significant for you individually. But I feel like this is a place where you want to go to get some knowledge as well, and to have like a mix of learning and connecting and communicating, but also having like a little bit of Zen mind time and getting a bit of a break. All right. Let's see here. So here it says the Grand Canyon. All right. And then this is for the direction of west, I believe. I'm going to double check because I was forgetting, but it has it on the west. Yeah. So that makes sense because it's west. Just want to make sure. So going west could be for you guys. Some of you might particularly go to the Grand Canyon. It kind of fits some of the requirements here that we were talking about. There are hidden waterfall kind of places along the area of the Grand Canyon, as well as it's of course a very high up as well, and you can get definitely a mind perspective and reset that's there. So for some of you, that could definitely be the journey that would be very good for you, healthy in mind and spirit, and something that's really going to kind of shake you and reset just, maybe just the scope of it or just the journey it takes to go there, or as you hike alongside of it, could be very significant. And we do have that sign of Aquarius there as well. All right, and your advice is summer solstice. So if you are wondering for a time frame and the other time frames under the zodiac signs don't exactly resonate and they're more the people, definitely the summer could be your time to shine. So it's going to be hot, it's going to be bright, but it definitely could be your time to either hardcore start planning or to just go and do it. Just allow yourself to go in its radiance, and it's beautiful. It looks like a really good summer here. You have the sun also coming up on that card. So it feels really good. It's definitely very dynamic, very energetic, very rush out and try it, experience it, very active. But like I said, with some pauses, okay? So that is for those of you who chose number one. Exciting, go west. Okay, for those of you who chose number two, oh, the sun card again. Oh, so this is also a place that is very warm and very hot, but this is slightly more relaxed. This is where you can go and be playful. This is like fun in the sun kind of energy. This is where you think of like a spring break, summer vacation kind of energy. A place that's probably warm most of the year. It can be a place that, it doesn't have to be by the ocean though, not so far what I'm seeing. This could even be a place like, I don't know, like Tuscany or some place where there's like fields and warmth, and you just always, the sun is always out. It's not going to be like cloudy and rainy or anything of that nature. This can also be a place where that's either child friendly or where you feel very young at heart, or a place that you visited in childhood yourself. It could be significant to go with a Leo, or you might go during Leo season, which is in July, the end of July into August, which is a big travel season, during the summer. But that looks good. So if you've been wondering, and this is a yes card. So if you're like, I don't know if I should go, is it, we have a lot of stress as adults, and especially in America. I know people could be watching from all over the world, but I know when I travel, I get teased by like Australians and Europeans because they're just like, Americans don't travel enough, and really kind of allow themselves that time. So this is the yes card for whoever's watching, to allow yourself to take a vacation and go and travel. So yeah, I do feel inland a little bit more with this set. We have the Six of Earths here. We see like a shuk, like an open air market. We see this vegetation and flowers, these yellow flowers. So it might be some place that is like, not that there's not water there, but a place that is known for being desirable for their countryside and being very beautiful. So they might have like, vineyards, or, like how in France there's the lavender fields, or excuse me, or like the, what is it the Netherlands that have like tulip fields that are gorgeous and things like that. So this is a little bit more inland. This is also a place that's known for being friendly. So pick, we even have, it says Terra, which is earth. Yeah, so we have Six of Earth is about reciprocity and give and take. So this is not a place that's going to break the bank. You're actually going to be able to see that you can get some really good deals, and that it's a place where it might be easy to kind of live a little bit more hand to mouth there. Like just kind of either make money as you go or just save money, because everything is just very local and very friendly and fresh and accessible when you're on the ground there. Okay. So, and you guys got west as well as a direction to go. So if you're deciding between two places, the place that's west will be the one that works. And this is a place that is would be in current South America, because this is an Aztec sacred site here. So that could also be a clue for you. But yes, this is a place that's warm, fresh, and just like produce, people, connection, very community feeling. Stone people, vigilance. So there could be significant monuments there that have to relate to stones or sculptures. The natural geography might have some significant stone kind of features along the coastline, and then I feel like there might be inland kind of farmland and things. But here it does say vigilance. So again, make sure to take care of everything that you need in preparation. I think so that you can have this ease and you can just feel like you can pay for what you want, take care of everything that you want, and make sure that you secure your home here before you go ahead and head out. I think it's also good to make sure you have a person that you know, that's there if possible, so that you can just kind of have a touch person, or just, be kind of prudent about letting people know where you're at. So as long as you're having vigilance, this is also a card though about you being protected and you having, the like spirits watching you and things of that nature. So it should be okay. Just be a little proactive in that, and everything should be great. But this is a very feels like a very relaxing, natural kind of live like a local kind of feeling to that trip. All right, for those of you who chose number 3, oop, that flew out. We have justice. So, some of you, this could be someone who might travel for social justice. This could be someone who's traveling. This could be a married couple traveling to finally make up for that honeymoon you wanted to get. And it can also be traveling in celebration of like making a diploma or winning a court case, or, gaining an inheritance or something of that nature. There could be a filling of the courts, celebrating the adoption of a child. So it could be like something significant happened. For some of you, it could be traveling for business or for like studying abroad, or, something of that nature that you want to, either you have to travel for, or that you want to like, mark as something significant, kind of a personal holiday being recognized. Let's see, the Libra can be significant, either the time of Libra or traveling with a Libra. We have the Elder of Earth here. Yeah, for some of you, I feel like this is definitely like work travel. Some you might want to like be more engaged in a job that you can travel with, and try to figure out how you can do that. Like, how can I just make it so I'm like a flight attendant or something, and I can just travel when I want, or how can I make it so that I can get the benefits that I'm supposed to have from work so that I can travel, my hours and everything. So there's a little bit of like trying to figure legalities out. I feel like for those of you who are trying to do that, or maybe you're trying to still get your taxes or some kind of legal something that you need in order to get the money to travel, it looks like there is a wise person around you that you could go for, like a mentor, or maybe your tax preparer or something of that nature. So don't be afraid to go and communicate with them and talk with them, so that you can get that insight. Some of you also need to check in with like finding a travel agent, because for instance, like if your travel agent can let you know you can book as a student or something of that nature and save like hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I feel like that good ways. You might be like, I don't want to do any crazy hack trying to trying to travel around. I'm not a backpacker. This is like you want just like good deals. You want it to be legit, nothing, freaking you out. It's possible. So go ahead and try to make sure that you talk to somebody who knows how. And these are all west. Everything is west and warm Machu Picchu. So it could be Peru for some of you guys. That's in South America. Um, I love Peru. um that's there. So I feel like this is kind of like not so much about the place, it's about the method of going there and trying to see if you can practically do it. And river is movement, so that's why, because it says just follow your intuition with it. Follow where, and some of you might do water sports, or you know um something of that nature, or be more in kind of riverlands versus like the ocean, which could be beautiful for you. And here it's kind of a mix of like mountains and rivers. But yeah, this here is much more about like, oh, can I get there? And believing that you can, and knowing you can pull it off, and that everything can balance. You might be like, okay, I can go, but then I'm not gonna be able to pay rent when I get back. This is like, no, you will be able to. You work hard. You can trust yourself, with the responsibility of going and having a good time and going with the flow for this trip. Okay, and so here's some hint of where you should go, but it's more about you being encouraged that you can go and make that trip. Okay. Yes. Riverlands are fun too to visit. All these places are fun to visit. All right. So, number 4, for those of you who chose number 4, let's see. We have strength. So, here we might also have to work on the self esteem of knowing that you deserve to go and travel, or you might really want to work on your internal self by going out and exploring and traveling the world. Um, Here we have, this could be, I feel like going to more than one place at a time. So you might have to try to juggle going to like different locations, and that could be a little bit stressful for you. But it's like you just feel like you have to go to different places. Like you can't just, you're like, I'm not going to go to Europe and go to one place. I have to go to multiple places. Or you might be like, well, on my way to, wherever, to Africa, I'm going to stop and do a layover in this other country, in the Middle East or whatever it is. So I feel like you might put a lot onto your travels, like put a lot of weight on what they mean spiritually and personally and just your time limit. And I think you're someone who can do that. It's like strength. You can you can get it done. There might be a little bit more of roughing it that you experience or that you want to experience. And I think that's okay. You might want to get in touch with that other side of yourself and kind of push yourself. So you might watch, there's that Reese Witherspoon movie Wild, or just different travel things like that, and be like, oh, I wonder if I could, yeah, this is different, where you might want to backpack or hike or, experience kind of a more organic, like, test yourself kind of vacation. Let's see, Leos could be significant in Leo season. We have Ace of Fire. So yeah, this is like what you might be new at it. That's what this is showing here. That's what I was wondering. So you might be new at that kind of thing. You might be like, man, I don't know. Versus number one's kind of like, just go and do it. Just go do adventure sports and hop into it. And it's gonna be dramatic and scary, but you'll roll with it. It's like a roller coaster. This is a little bit more like really wanting to push yourself, push yourself, and it's not just like, oh, the fun experience and that's going to change my perspective. It's like a deep personal, like, you've been waiting for this and you need this rub in order to expand and explore and kind of rebirth yourself a little bit. And I think that's a really good thing to do, especially if you chose number one. Like, these together are both kind of have like a life-changing feeling to them within traveling. This could be, you might feel like very angry and agitated, and like, you might even feel depressed holding all this active energy internally right now, and really need to like release that energy. You might feel like, well, if I was somewhere else, then I could, I would be able to go out and dance, or just I would go out and exercise more, or whatever. Like, something about where you're at is just feeling stagnant, and you might feel stunted in expressing and growing as much as you possibly can. And so with this Ace of Fire coming out here, and just you do, sometimes it's true, sometimes we do need a change of scenery. I have a newborn, and you'll notice that with babies, sometimes they'll just start being like, oh my god, get me out of this room, and you take them somewhere else and they're stimulated and they're learning and they start moving around. And so sometimes it's not frivolous to need a different change of scenery, and to kind of refresh in that and give yourself new goals and new things to try, and then to see what your body and your mind and your spirit are capable of. Okay, so here we have Varanasi, which is in India. And this is, it looks like a card of the south because it's pointing down. I just want to double check. Yeah, it is a card of the south. So this must be in the south there in location. All right, so that could be a hint as well of where to travel. Some place that's very, very hot, very warm. It might be like, it's like you're struggling with it. It might be so kind of hot, a little bit oppressively hot, but it's like you need that for once. Like, you need to sweat it out. You need to just feel a bit gnarly, and just completely put yourself in a new experience and see how you do. And we have full moon completion, and that's why this, like, you need to show yourself that you're done with the past phase of life. I know personally, when I completed a certain one of my semesters in college, and I had been in college for a while for photography. It gets really intense when you're in the higher levels, and like seriously, we're all gonna have breakdowns working full time, college full time. You guys know how it is. And so by the end of it, I was like, that's it. Like, I have to prove to myself. I hadn't traveled outside the country before, and so I was just like, I'm saving up. I have to prove to myself that I can go to another country and that I can just, like, get out of this. And I just went, and that's when I went to Peru. And so it's kind of that feeling. It's like you need to prove to yourself that you can go and see the world, that you can travel, that you can experience other things, and that's going to be significant to you in closing a chapter on a part of yourself or a situation that you've been in, that's done, and that you are on a fresh new cycle of your life that you're creating, and that you're really pulling in like that power of co-creation with yourself. So that's beautiful. You might plan around the full moons. There might be a significant one for you. Next month is actually full moon in Sagittarius. Oh, my little baby. Um, Next month is full moon in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is a sign of travel. So it could be a good time to start really planning, or, to get that going, or to even take off if you can leave that soon, because you might have a little rashness that's it's okay to have during your travel, to really go by inspiration, and to kind of let your internal self, that wilder side, start speaking out. So you might just want to go to the airport, decide you're going to have a trip, and kind of pick a place off the board, which I have always wanted to do, by the way. And I know that I will do it. I will do it definitely at some point in my life. Okay, for those of you who chose number 5, let's see. So we have the Devil card reversed. All right, so some of you might be kind of addicted to traveling, or maybe you've moved a lot. I'm going to switch these because they're not matching, and that's kind of weird. And put the right card on top. Some of you might have traveled or and that might not be wrong. I feel like for a while it might have been almost kind of like an oppressive, obsessive thing, but now you're coming out of that, and so it's like your desire is not so negative now. So if you've been holding yourself back because you realized that you had a pattern of just like leaving situations or escapism, and now you're wondering, like, okay, would I be doing that, or is it actually healthy for me to go and travel? I think you're getting to a place where it's healthier again, and that you're wanting to do it, not for escapist reasons. Yeah, so here, the Elder of Water shows, I feel like this shows you in very in healthier places emotionally. You're wanting to leave toxic situations, you're wanting to rejuvenate yourself, and it's not for necessarily negative reasons that you're wanting to do that. So we have card of Capricorn, we have card of water, which would be Scorpio. It could also be Pisces or Cancer. So we could definitely have water energy here. We could also have a place that you might want to go with Capricorn energy, kind of for, there's two things. There could be wanting to travel to very kind of hedonistic or kind of like creepy places. Like, they have like the place where, what is that place in Europe where it's like all the skulls, like the whole underground tomb thing is made of like all the skulls stacked up, and there's like tunnels. So some of you might like to travel to places that are like that, like a little, or like the vampire tours, or, gruesome history places or something like that. With the Capricorn energy, it could also be to see kind of like government places, like the buildings and architecture that were made by past governments and ruling classes and things of that nature. But we also have some romantic energy here with the elders. So, Europe's kind of a good place. You can see the span of that energy there. This would be a place closer to water, and here's mountains by the water too, kind of like a Swiss feel. But yes, Otter here says a place that you can feel lighthearted. You definitely want to go and have a good time and indulge a lot in a healthy sense. But there could be that feeling of a place that you feel emotionally connected to. You feel like you can be at peace with. You don't feel like too much is demanded of you. But at the same time, you can get wild and crazy if you want. Kind of like Amsterdam. Let's see what your direction card is. We have south as well. This is a place that is in Australia, if I remember correctly, Uluru. All right, so if you're wondering, should I, vacation in the north or the east or the west, or where of that particular country that you choose, it's suggesting to go to the south. Some of you might actually want to go to this specific place or this country here. And your advice is mountain, strength. So definitely could be some mountains somewhere there. So it does remind me of those European countries where there's quite a bit of different landscapes in this tiny little area. So you have your still waters, you have your mountains, and you have both the calm, kind of relaxed part of the town, and then you have like the wild nightlife that's there. Mountains is strength. So knowing that, I feel like some of you too might be going to detox, or even to get away from an addiction or a particular set of habits or things of that nature. I do see a spiritual quality that could be there, and a reflective quality. And I think that you're more than able to go and find that strength and that healing that you need. Some of you, it could be a physical healing. So maybe you've just had this like perpetual, it could have even been like just needing a lot of medication or something, or having like an ailment in your body. And I feel like going and rejuvenating, and bodies can respond much different very differently in different areas. Like it's so much healthier when I'm in California than in the Midwest. I'm just always walking, and the produce is more accessible. I just have a flowing life with what I'm able to do, and it's just naturally healthy and exercise. So I feel like that for you, you might find that you kind of need. Hi, Venus. That you kind of need a sabbatical somewhere where you will feel, good. But some of y'all are going to go party too, but that's okay. I think you'll feel like, wow, I actually feel good enough to go out and do something, whereas you usually don't. All right, for those of you who chose number 6, let's see. I want to put that same card on. Oh, the baby's waking up, y'all. I hope I can finish this for you. Okay, for those of you who chose number 6, the Wheel of Fortune. So, you're not going to travel immediately, but the energy of travel is still there. So, you might be a little down on your fortune and you're like, oh, how am I going to pull this off? But the energy is still there for you to start manifesting. So, don't, if things are down right now, don't feel too hard on yourself or lose hope, because it's there. The energy's there. It's just waiting for the correct timing to come around. Again, there is a Sagittarian energy here, so it could be in October or November that you start, wanting to go planning your trips for, or that you like either you want to travel in or you start planning really, really seriously. Then you might, for instance, or have a Sagittarius who's inspiring you, as they do. See, you still have Nine of Water, which is the wishing card. So it's like deep within you, you have this wish. Stay open to it. Know that you can manifest. Like, you are your own. Hi, Samara. You are your own wishing well. You have 2 cards of good luck and fortune. So even though it's a little internalized right now, like, keep your vision board. I feel like, keep it. And I feel like for some of you, keep it like your secret. Right now, it feels very tender. And if you were to have someone kind of crush your hopes and dreams, you might feel very bad about that. So keep it very sacred. Some of you, there might be a sacred well. Hi, I'm doing well. Thank you. How are you, Samara? Some of you might have like a sacred site. Like, some people go and see like Merlin's well, or like there's different water sites for like Mary, or just different places, fountains or geysers could be very healing. The Oracle of Delphi was by one. I'm glad you're well. So this could be traveling to like a sacred water site. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio could be significant for you. But yes, this is a place of deep healing that you would be going to. Oh, and then we have ocean. So this is all my water babies here. Ebb and flow. So you're wanting a place where you can see a variety of water sources. Um, Oh, it's beautiful. It feels really good. I like it. I like it. Mermaid approved. I'm a Pisces. Okay, and this is the Vatican in North. So this could definitely be around Rome, around the area that you're wanting to go and travel. Again, I do feel the energy of spiritual journey, whatever your belief system. I do feel like this sacred travel kind of feeling, like you are going to rejuvenate your internal self. You're going to see natural sites and historic sites that are going to like replenish you. It's the feeling of a pilgrimage and of a relaxation that's here. And that's why the divine timing will be at a very specific time when it's like you're absolutely ready for it. But you're doing an excellent job manifesting. You're getting everything like in the works. The energy is there. So keep on wishing and believing in yourself, and don't give up on that, okay? You can hear my little baby. She's woke up. Oh, she's talking to herself. Okay, so real quick before I have to go and go cuddle her up. So for collectively, for everyone watching, we have the energy of 8 of water, which is cups, and the 4 of cups. So, this is saying that you will have the courage to finally take the opportunities to travel if you walk away from everything that is not emotionally fulfilling you. All right, so that's the big thing. If you're like, man, what's holding me back? Why haven't I been able to go? And the reason why is you have to accept that it's possible, that blessing, that you have that right to go, that you have that emotional connection to whatever it is to needed to get you there. All right, so this is really about letting go of past stuff, whatever's been feeling like a blockage for you, and trusting in your ability to connect and to receive. And then we have Stonehenge. So again, there's that energy. There's these stone hedges like all over the place. So the energy that it's not just a certain type of person that gets to travel and connect. Like everyone has their sacred sites, everyone has their special times, like their holidays, their holy days that they get to take off and vacation and take a trip. And so keep your head up, allow yourself to release whatever's been holding you back and just relax and let go, and know that you do have blessings to go ahead and take guilt-free time off for yourself, okay? So I hope that helped and was fun. Please leave me comments of what other kind of pick a cards you'd like to see. I appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you soon.